YouTube. That motherfucker. It's hilarious. Hey, man. There's something I forgot to bring up that's appropriate. It's very appropriate. I think I told you this in passing, and this is really embarrassing, so you can make fun of me all you want to. The upload, when it uploads, we get a lot of dislikes on there. I don't care because...
Do we really?
Dislikes are just as effective as likes.
We get dislikes?
Just like negative, yeah.
That's awesome.
Negative comments are just as good as positive comments. They're just comments.
People actually comment.
They've been commenting on my Chick-fil-A video.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
One comment went, "What am I doing here?" And then the one guy who lip-synced at Happy Earth, I posted that.
Oh, God.
And one person put 2 question marks,
Did
and then
that
another person put 2 question marks.
Did that one also say Paul leaves Ben Shapiro speechless?
They all say Paul leaves Ben Shapiro speechless.
I was telling Logan about that. I was
this is hilarious.
He just posts his sets and then just titles them.
Well, I changed your title fast because I didn't want you to get pissed off. I didn't want you to get dislikes that you didn't earn. Because what happens is Ben Shapiro fans just type in fanatically, then they go dislike, because this has nothing to do with Ben Shapiro. I'm going to leave the title for this one, though, because I'm going to explain it. So, I don't understand a lot of stuff about YouTube, so I also didn't know what I was going to do for a show. And one thing I do sometimes, maybe you do this too, if you spend a lot of time alone, sometimes you talk to the TV.
Or you get in arguments with someone on the TV?
Well, not getting into the arguments, just crack jokes, like one-liners and shit.
Oh, yeah, I definitely do.
And then sometimes I try to post that on Facebook, but it's hard to explain it because they're not there.
I mean, that's where most of my material comes from, is watching TV and just being like, oh, here's something funny about it. Yeah. I have a very sad life, Paul. I'm pretty much like, this is the most, other than open mics, this is the most uplifting thing I do. And this is pretty sad.
So, like, I'm watching Jeopardy the other day, for instance. Okay. So there's a thing called
my favorite
navel
thing about
gaze.
Jeopardy?
So they have a thing called navel gaze. That's the population. And you show a picture, and it's a bunch of sailors on a ship, and then it says, "Gaze at this ship's deck. Gaze on this ship upon this ship's deck." And I was like, clearly they're sailors. They're sailors. I know they're sailars. That's redundant.
The fact that you were able to say something, like, I probably would have just started laughing as soon as That's how mature I am. I think I'm better at doing that when people are around, though.
That Juan Epstein fucking
movies and TV well.
That Juan Epstein fucking meme I made. Fucking, I could not stop laughing at that. But you didn't see my Juan Epstein?
I probably did. I've just seen a lot of Epstein memes.
There's a picture of Juan Epstein sitting next to Donald Trump. So then I clipped a Business Insider headline, and then I put Juan over Jeffrey.
Yeah, I've seen that. Okay.
I couldn't stop laughing at that, dude. And then I did an Epstein's mom reference, but whatever. So that's a Welcome Back, Kotter. Well, you should watch Welcome Back, Kotter.
If I had a way to access it easily, I would watch Welcome Back.
You can probably find it on YouTube. You should just watch one episode.
Tried.
So, anyways, my point is I cracked myself up. So I had an idea for a YouTube show. I assumed nobody. I was new in Vegas. I assumed nobody would have anything to do with me. So I just put an iPhone.
I mean, you're pretty old to Vegas now, and still nobody has it.
Well, only the cool people. So I turned on the TV, and then my idea was I was going to film myself talking to the TV, and the first thing I found was Ben Shapiro on a show talking about Kanye West. And so it's essentially a video of me yelling at the TV. And I was like, this just doesn't work. Not because it's crazy, but because I just didn't have the width on the camera for it.
Yeah, so it was just picking it up over.
I didn't have a mic yet either. Because it's still awesome.
Like, fuck you, Ben.
Yeah, okay. I would just be ripping on him like that's what your mom said.
Why are you making fun of a mentally ill man that just needs a proper prescription and he should be okay?
Because he went up to a transgender person, actually the transgender person who filmed OJ and his Bronco and later had a sex change operation or whatever, and now identifies as a woman because he called her mentally ill.
He was referring to.
And she's like, I'm gonna punch you in your stupid face.
Being transgendered is a mental illness.
Yeah.
That's a weird take.
But No, the transgender person threatened to punch him in
It's
his
so
face and
weird.
stuff, and then he's like,
Yeah.
"Look at these transgender
Was it
people;
male
they're
to female? Do
crazy."
you know? Was it male to female?
He was a
female
guy
to
when he
male?
filmed the Bronco.
So it was male to female. Okay.
He's a lady now.
And then he was gonna pull up them panties and just start fucking
By the way,
wrecking old Ben.
if female is offensive, like, how do you get through, like, so do you get, like, 50% of your biology questions wrong?
Dude, that whole thing is dumb. Like, there's no point in talking about
Yeah,
that.
I know. So anyways, for
I've
some
never-
reason, the default setting says Ben Shapiro, Paul leaves Ben Shapiro speechless, and that's based on Ben Shapiro leaves some like tranny speechless or whatever.
I'm sure there's plenty of
Yeah.
videos with Ben. Somebody leaves. I get you.
Yeah. So that's why it's called Paul leaves Ben Shapiro speechless, and I like that. Really, it makes me laugh that Ben Shapiro fans, if I leave it overnight, like, anywhere between 4 to 10 Ben Shapiro
They're bored.
fans.
They're really bored.
And they're desperate.
If they're watching this.
Yeah, they're desperate. And also, there's also people like me that just want to find Ben Shapiro get made fun of, which he does get made fun of a lot.
You think he's queer?
Yeah.
He's just very adamant about.
He's
being
really obsessed with it. He's very obsessed with gay people.
Very. He talks about it a lot.
Chapel Trap House read a book that he wrote. It's supposed to be like a Tom Clancy type thriller.
Oh God.
I'm serious.
John Grisham
They all
to
do
Tom
that.
Clancy is a
They all
pretty
do that.
long transition.
Different genres.
Yeah. I read Splinter Cell though.
Which
One
one's
of
that?
them.
Is that Tom Clancy?
Yeah, it's a Tom Clancy. He's like a spy.
Yeah, spy stuff.
Yeah.
Who did you picture as the main character? Harrison Ford, Ben Affleck, or Alec Baldwin?
Well, mainly I just pictured it because like I played the Splinter Cell video games, and like
It's a video game.
you don't really dude. Tom Clancy's like his books have quite a few. Like Rainbow Six has had like 3 or 4. Splinter Cell has had like 3 or 4 different games. But like he's always got like night vision goggles and it's like in all black and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so like that's kind
Who
of
does he
just
look
what
like?
I don't really know. I just kind of pictured him like that in the video game.
There's a Sopranos video game, but I saw it online and I don't know if it was real or not.
I mean,
It looked real.
there was a Scarface video game. It would
I
all.
remember
It's
that.
all just Grand Theft Auto
Yeah.
worship. You know what I mean?
Oh, there's a Godfather video game too, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
There's a Godfather 3 video game. It's
Anyways,
garbage.
Chapo read parts of the book, and the descriptions of certain men in it
Are
are
just
very
super-
accurate. I mean, his writing is really bad, but like he doesn't like pay attention to a lot of detail until he's talking about dudes, especially like masculine, southern, rough and tumble.
He's got it tight.
Mike Rowe, if he actually had a job, that shit, you know. But that would be.
I can see it.
Man, I told myself I had stuff to talk about. And I think that covers it. The Ben Shapiro thing. Anyways, I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to have a clip called Ben Shapiro is a fucking homo. Dude, his sister. His
Ben
sister's
Shapiro's
boobs.
a fucking homo.
Dude, there's a picture.
It's so funny.
There's a clip on YouTube of, you know what
Such like a fucking 14-year-old. Ben
He
Shapiro's
is a 14.
fucking homo.
That's what he sounds like a 14-year-old that
He
nobody
does.
likes, who brings a briefcase to fucking high school and shit. He does. He reminds me of that.
He's a high school student that wore a suit every day.
Well, actually,
Or
Shut the
at
fuck
the
up.
very least a button up.
we had a guy like that in our school. I used to. This is how stupid Joe Biden is. I used to debate gateway drugs in high school, and I used to have like sound
And
arguments.
this was
then.
like 76.
This was like the 60s. This is when high school was still in black and white.
This is when high school was cool, dude.
This is when they
That
called.
shit got
This is when we
lame.
called it tea.
It's whenever you could smoke out in the courtyard.
This is when we called them reefer cigarettes. This is when they used to say that it could lead to jazz, and I used to be like, no, it's the other way around.
Jazz leads to marijuana.
Exactly.
I gotta switch out my clothes.